Tonight, a late feed exclusive as a teenager's parents are fighting for justice. 19-year-old Austin Skidmore died 1 year ago at Laurel Heights Hospital in DeKalb County. The hospital treats children with mental health issues. In Austin's case, autism. Like a lot of parents out there, his mom and dad never expected when they sent him there that he would be hurt. So now they're suing for wrongful death. And tonight, Chris Hopper has new documents showing a history of problems at this facility with other patients seriously injured.
What's going on there, ma'am?
Yeah, could you send them out when you have a child that's not breathing?
November 20th, 2016, a 911 call from Laurel Heights Hospital. Inside, Austin Skidmore, a 19-year-old with autism, on the ground, not breathing.
Do you need CPR instructions?
Sir, no, we just need the ambulance.
We had them on the way.
It was too late. No one could save Austin. The medical examiner called it at 1:54 p.m. Austin choked on his own vomit, but the ME calls it a homicide.
Unfortunately, it appears to us that as opposed to acting to de-escalate things, they actually escalated things.
Exactly a year later, Skidmore's parents are pointing the finger at Laurel Heights. The DeKalb County Hospital paid to care for kids with severe psychiatric issues.
And then once they understood what happened, I think there was a sense of kind of anger, especially when you hear from the experts in the field that say, this is not how this is supposed to be done, and this is absolutely preventable.
Scott Campbell is the Skidmore's attorney. They're suing Laurel Heights for wrongful death.
We think the failures here are multi-pronged.
In this detailed report 11 Alive obtained from the Department of Community Health, Laurel Heights was not in compliance with state regulations. The investigation went as far to say it was determined that the facility used a manual hold in a manner that would potentially impair the patient's ability to breathe, resulting in the death of the patient. DCH reviewed video of the incident between Skidmore and staff. According to the report, 12:11 p.m. that day, Skidmore is seen struggling with a staff member outside his room. A minute later, at 12:12, a staff member is straddling Skidmore, sitting on his midsection. 5 minutes later, at 12:17, another staff member is seen sitting on Skidmore's back. He's face down, struggling, while his arms are held above his head. 3 minutes later, 12:20, the staff member gets off Skidmore's back, flips him over. He appears to be unconscious. The staff member yells. Others are running. The 911 call follows.
Ma'am, speak to the ambulance. What's the name of the business?
It's Laurel Heights Hospital.
DCH interviewed and reviewed the surveillance video with the person who trains Laurel Heights staff in physical restraints, holds, and de-escalation. In the report, the director of recreation therapy says staff members should never have straddled or sat on Skidmore's back, and he should not have been face down.
The needs of the patient gets lost, and the providers don't equip their employees with the tools and the training they need to deal with the task and the challenges they're going to face day to day.
A few weeks before Skidmore's death, a 12-year-old girl was burned. Campbell was also the lawyer in that case. He and the girl's mother say she was left alone in the shower. That case has since been resolved. Attorney Mel Hewitt is representing a family suing Laurel Heights for employee negligence. The mother claims her 12-year-old boy was sexually assaulted by another boy in July of last year.
He told me that he was trying to tell a staff member, and that staff member told him to go back to bed.
They know they've got kids there with issues, and they're just not being watched, or this wouldn't have happened.
11 Alive discovered through open records in 2014 the hospital was so far out of compliance it nearly lost its Medicare affiliation. And in 2015 it was warned for improperly restraining patients. 11 Alive contacted Laurel Heights attorneys. They would not comment on these lawsuits specifically, but we did review their court-filed response to the Skidmore lawsuit. They believe hospital staff rendered appropriate medical care and treatment to Austin. Tonight, Austin Skidmore's parents say he was well loved. And in a statement to 11 Alive, they say, "It is our hope that his tragic death will lead to accountability and meaningful changes that prevent any similar future tragedies from occurring at Laurel Heights or elsewhere."
Well, Chris, this is a very disturbing situation here. And so what has Laurel Heights done to correct these issues identified in the Skidmore investigation?
So, Ron, they've done a few things here. First, they fired one of their employees involved in Austin's case. 2 others were suspended pending the results of the investigation, but we don't know what ultimately happened to those 2. We also know Laurel Heights changed some of its policies and procedures, and it also retrained and re-educated staff. And all of that, Ron, is in those DCH documents that we were just showing you in the story.
All right, Chris, thanks a lot for the update there. By the way, folks, you can read through the newly released documents yourself and check out our previous stories on that hospital right there. It's on our website, 11alive.com.